Oh, good morning. I've got James back. He's returned, so I can't be that bad. Today we're in this old farmhouse. We've got to do a Reno install today. There's two boards that are rammed, but there's a couple of spare ways, so we can fit. What have we got, James? Where is it?
It's over it.
We got a Hagar compact RCBO 16 amp. We're going to just put a radial in to power. They got a special socket for this one and an earthing point. That we got to do some conduit on the external, but you know what cottage walls are like? They're very, very thick. So James has got some drilling to do today. Right, let's go. James's project. Right, we've got to put a circuit in here today. That should really have a cover on it. That's obviously rammed. So we're going to put RCBO in here and run a radial for a dialysis machine. I'll have a look in there first. If not, we've got to drill out through this wall, which is 77 foot deep, and put some conduit external, but we'll have a look in a minute. So we have got 3 spare ways. We're not going to put contactor in, we're going to put Hagar, okay? Hagar compact RCBO in here, and we're gonna have to get this boxing in off and try and drill out back through that wall. Obviously there's some services running in here, James, so we need to be careful, don't we? Right. So we need to drill a hole somewhere up there, but it's full of cables. I'm gonna have to get this one off, I think. Oh, nightmare. What's that? Some mains tails there as well, see? To be careful. Might have to pop through there and then back through. Right, we've put the pilot bit through. If you work in cottages, you need these. And because James is good at drilling holes, look. See how that's come out in the wall? Perfect. So we're going to open him out now because we need to get a 2.5 and a 10mm earth through that hole. Right. James is down there. We drilled a hole there. So we're looking to get in here. Yeah, don't ask about that. Hopefully, I can just get that panel off. We've got a nice big void here. We can drill, get under the bath. Hopefully, gonna have to get this off and then drill back entry into the bedroom. I shall see in a minute. Right. So I can drill a hole here, somewhere. Hopefully come out where that hole meets the other one. And then there's some funky stuff going on under here. And then I'm gonna come out there where the plumbers come out, but I'm gonna put some Nick Bundy 10 Copex under here, I think, just to keep my bit separate. I drilled a hole through under there, you can see, just in there. What's that like, mate?
Perfect.
Is it alright? Yeah. I'll come and have a look. Right, so we're putting the conduit through. He's poked him through the wall there. Trying to do these at 300, but with this wall, as you can appreciate, there's not a flat surface in sight, so I'm just working away from each one and then levelling up as I go, but it's proving quite difficult. Right, we've got our pipe in. I had to do a little tiny kick down on the end, but that's fine. Obviously we tried to run it as straight as possible. These are about 300. I haven't glued the coupler so this can expand, and I haven't put this any conduit through the wall. It's absolutely impossible to get a conduit seal through this wall, but there's no cavities on these walls anyway, so it's straight through to the brick, and then we'll put the twin and earth through. I'm gonna feed it through that way first, under the bath, and then we'll just push the Copex up to the wall end just to give our bit of protection, and then we'll try and feed it back through the wall and cut it off that end. There, mate. Right, ready? So, that's coming through. Always pull more than you need to there. Right, hold on, mate. So that'll get me around the back in the Copex. Round to there. Right, another bit more, yeah? About a metre, please. 1, 2. Right, I'll go and check that. And it's nice because I got a James now, look. And he's got a mate between there and there. That's good. Could do with any ICR, couldn't it? Let's be honest. Here we go. You've all been asking for me socks. There you go. So there's the plumber's water pipe, and then they have like a flow and return for the drain. So we're going to put a double socket. We've got a special single there for the machine. This one has to have that one, so we'll have the single, and then we'll have the earthing point on the end there. So we fit that all in there. Yep. So I've had to cut a through box in here. Obviously that was impossible trying to get through that wall. Gonna have this light off today, I think. Any good? Shall I have him back?
No. Right, go in a little bit.
What, in?
Yeah. Yeah.
In?
Yeah.
Can you get him out?
Yeah. Go on,
Legend. Is he going?
yeah. Oh, he's still.
Pardon?
Let me get a screwdriver so I can push it back.
Okay, mate. The dog or James it's just weed on my label. Yeah, mate, there's some M4s. They're a bit long, but they'll screw in. So gasket box lid. I'm going to go upstairs, and I think I've got... I had to ring him up last night for this. Special order. Yeah, there it is, look. Nick, Bundy 10, he sent me that because he's got the country worldwide stock of Copex, obviously. Okie dokie, comes out the wall. He's looping over, and he's sitting right round the back of the bath. You see that? Okay, right round the back. I think this is a stud partition here. I hope that's where the plumbers come through. So we should be able to cut our boxes out and then drop the Copex up into the bottom of the socket, but we shall see. I'm trying to organise the van a bit better yesterday, and then it lashed it down, but sort of like this. So we want 1, 2, double socket, single socket, and earthing plate. So MK, but is what it is. I haven't got a click special socket, so that'll have to do. I've got them in here. I've even got a box for put that one on. I've even got a box for the old way goes now. Look. I'll have to make up an earthing plate with a blank plate and an earthing point. So this is going to be our special single socket with the medical plug on it. What it actually is called is a standard switch socket. There's the part number if you're interested. This is a weird construction plasterboard. We've got Celotex, and we've got another cavity void behind, which I can get my cable lifting in. So they'll be out of the insulation. So that's now into the other cavity wall. So it's quite deep. It's about 100mm plus a bit. And that's going to be my double socket. And then we'll split the cables here, and then the earth will go into my earthing point on the right there, which James can have a go in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. And before anyone moans, yes, we've got the mat in protecting the wooden floor that could be damaged by this bit of dust. Right, there's our Copex. loops round the back, round the back, round the back, round the back. Goes up there and he goes straight up the wall. He's straight up the wall to protect him, okay? So obviously we've got a pipe there, we don't want to be touching that. So he's in the pipe, going up the wall. He then comes out. How's it going, James? Good?
Good.
Good. Comes out there, all right? So that will then get lost in the back of that socket. We'll then put some fire intermittent mastic round there, make sockets off. So that socket, the special medical plug one, comes with a little looped earth, look, which is nice, I guess. So you can sit there, like so. Let me do that. Like that. Earth goes to there. Put a 10.8, a 10.6 on there, looping around onto the earthing plate. This is what I have to do. I have to get a normal blade and then I have to buy. Where is it? Where is it? Where's it gone? There it is. So that is a. So these are from Farnhouse. One of those. And that then gives the separate earth for the machine in, because we can't rely on the circuit earth. We put a separate one in. As if by magic, James has done a bit of hoovering for me. So, we got our fire mate, if you're wondering. Don't have to fit this, but I do. You know what I'm like. Over the top, you might say. Right, James, do you want to film that? I'll just splodge that in. Whoa, still got it?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try and keep the Copex in the box. And then get it round so we're not breach the plasterboard wall there, yeah? Mm-hmm. That's all. Like that. Okay. I'm even going to put a bit in the conduit. Like so. Probably fine when I bend this in. It's going to push it back and have a look. Okay, see in there? That's all right. It's all contained, yeah? Push that back. And all we've got to do is then you can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So we've drilled that out. James is now putting the little black collet, like lock ring, to lock it down onto the faceplate. What we'll then do, if you get the Nipex in there, there's two sets. One's got the flat jaws. They're ideal for tightening that up. We'll put them on after.
Sure.
So if you have them, if you press the button, so give me that, press that button, they should open out. That's it. And we want to sort of a bit more. So we want to be able to open it and then clamp him down. That's fine. And once you shut him, and then you can be able to other way. That's it. As long as that ain't spinning, it's tightening. Go on. Yeah? Good, isn't they?
Brilliant.
Right, let's have a look then. Yep, that's spot on. Lovely jubbly. Right, now we can just bolt that on there. So that's MK, that is a good match. That's Click, which is a good match for the back box. And that is Crabtree, which again, not a bad match. Normally we would fit the screw caps, like so, but MK don't accommodate for that, and nor do Crabtree, so we'll just bin those for now. And then we can stick our medical equipment only labels on the bottom there, and then we can test it all. Quite handy having James actually. He's upstairs clearing up. See that? I'm going to get that through that trunk into that board, and then put our RCBO in, and we do some dead testing and some live testing basically. Nice simple one today. Just got to go to a second job in a minute. It's about 1:30 now, so client said the builder's finished building all the walls, so I got to now go and put all the cables in. He wanted to plasterboard today. I said no chance. I need a some time on my own. You know what it's like when you can't. Trying to get 5 people in one room, nightmare. So that's James, if you didn't know already. So we've got our miniature RCBO in, okay? Fits nicely on there, and like the contactum one next to it. So now we just brought our cables in there. We're going to do some dead testing on here, and then we can liven him up. Liven him up. We've got one. Did I see one? Yeah, one there. Look, we're going to have to use. So we'll mark our bond up, renal dialysis machine, and we'll put our CPC in there as well and just label it up. Doesn't correspond, but that's life. Right, James has gone up with the plug-in tester to loop out the R1, R2. I'm going to do a test. 0.09, that's fine. It's a nice little short run. Okay, mate, you can come down. Okay. So we've got 0.09 on that. We're going to just do an insulation resistance now. I know it's clear, but we'll just do it on 250. 500. I'll be disappointed if we didn't get greater than 500 on this. Okay. 500. And what do you think this one's going to be, James?
Hopefully 500.
Greater than?
Yeah. There you go.
So, greater than 500. So now we can connect that in, do a ZS and an RCD test. Beautiful.
Yeah, done.
Right, we've got our RCBO in now. James should be up there testing it. 16 amp type A, because we've got the renal machining with lots of DC components. So he's going to do a ZS for me, and then he's going to do the RCD on there. Hopefully he'll shout it down in a sec. Just looking at this, all on this 63 again, but yeah, I doubt they'll overload any of that, so it's not too bad. But this place does need a bit of a test, doesn't it? I think socket's got no RCD protection, no, apart from these ones. What have you got, mate? Doing the test now, look. It's good. Hopefully he'll come down and we'll have a full house. Hopefully the Type A, sometimes the QTech KT63 Plus is actually okay on these Type A's on an auto. If you get funny readings, you have to take it off the auto and do them separately at ×1, ×5. So hopefully we haven't got to do that. I've just got to label up my earth bond there. What was the ZS?
The first one?
Yeah.
0.39.
0.39?
Yeah.
And what did we get on the RCD? Okay. 8.8 and 18.8. So we just record the ×5, which is 18.4. Nice. So I haven't looked yet, but I thought this would have been a TT, but as you can see, we've got a reading of 0.22. It's either a really good earth rod or it's been converted to a PME. So I'm going to have a look in a minute, but we can record those readings, they're fine. See how someone's actually hacked? Because I know these ones come with these like pre-done blanks, they've actually hacked them out to get them in. Look. Just shows how crap the fitting is on the contactum. Look. Marked my renal machine. I'm going to put my labels on here now, and all I'll do is mix wiring sticker and an installation sticker just stating that I've done 1, 2, 3, number 4, circuit 4 with the date. Right. We'll have a quick bite to eat and then we go to the next job. You look excited, James.
Can't wait.
So, second job, builders battened all these walls out. The kitchen's in there, they're moving it. So they've had this power rewired at some point. So we had some sockets we've now stripped out. We've tested the legs. We got 0.5, 0.527, which is bang on. The board is only in there. James is just going to bang a Wago box on there. And we've got one down there we've got to extend. And then we're going to have a socket here. This is going to have a new, this has got a new sink. We're going to put a point underneath for a cooker tap because there's no hot water this end of the barn. So it's just going to have a cold water with a cooker tap. That socket's dead. That's one of the old sockets off the original wiring. That needs stripping out because he came over and fed from a socket that was there. And then we've literally got to pull some sockets in, but we're going to leave these behind because there's nothing to fix to. They're going to plasterboard, then I'm going to cut some plasterboard boxes in, and this is all stone behind there, so I'm happy with that. A few sockets, there's a wall cabinet here. We're going to put a switch inside, it's going to feed a fridge freezer down there. We just got to extend these wall lights forward. That one's gone, so that'll go in a maintenance rejoint, and that one's just got to be extended forward. So yeah, there's a little bit to do. We'll come back to you when we're done. So because we've got open ends, obviously, because we've just wired and we've left behind the plasterboard now, that means someone can't isolate our circuit, okay? Right, I have extended the wall lights. They're isolated. They're going to bring out same height as an over cabinet lighting, all running the zones. Double socket, that'll get a switch spur for the under cabinet lights. That's going to come out in the cupboard just for a switch to do a fridge freezer point there. This runs in the zone to a double socket. This is greater depth than 50 anyway, so I'm not worried. This runs down and then along in the zone. Gasket in a socket for a cooker tap. He runs along, comes back up to a socket that also runs in the zone along that zone there. And then we've extended that lighting point there, and I've put a maintenance free joint down there. Job's a good one. Right, there we go. I shan't be back to this one until it's plasterboarded and plastered, and probably when they've got the kitchen in, I can then come and cut this in. Obviously not before they've tiled, so yeah, nice easy one, not too bad. It's all tested out perfect at the end, so I'm happy with that.